when you signed to Hopeless Records back in 2007, was it?
Yeah.
2007. Yeah. 2007. I mean, we kind of had like a sort of a momentum going as it was, because that band All Time Low really were supporting us, and they were pushing us to a bunch of labels. And while Hopeless was like checking us out, there was a few others, like bigger labels, smaller labels, and I don't know, there's buzz online and people were talking about it. And I mean, it definitely picked up once we signed, and then we got to put out a real album with real press and a real budget to put out an album and all that.
We barely had money to record our first like self-produced album, self-made album, but we barely had money for that. We needed a label, we needed a push. Hopeless Records put us out there. It's kind of hard. There's like a million American bands. It's just rough. I can imagine how many Canadian bands there is.
Yeah, you know, anyone with a computer nowadays thinks they're a musician, right?
Yeah, the mentality going into it was like, we're going to make this EP and we're going to get signed from it, and then we're going to then start our band.
So you guys are still relatively young guys. What's it like being on tour life? Being this young and not working full time, obviously, and touring all the time.
It's fun as hell.
It's definitely tricky, because it's like, there's times when you think like it's not going anywhere, you're not making any money, and then you'll get an offer for anything, a tour, or like you'll get a licensing placement, and then it's like, oh wait, now we have money and we can't tour. And then you do that, you ride that out for a few months, and then it's just like a big cycle, and you're not sure, like, should we end it, should we keep it going, and then you do keep it going, and things go great. It's a weird thing, because there's no like paycheck, there's no like, you're guaranteed this by this time. It's kind of like, if you do well, you do well. If you don't, then you don't. It's kind of like how hard you work at it, really.
Awesome. Well, a more positive note, your song "The Permanent Rain" was used in the trailer for the movie Love Happens.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel, hearing your song on a trailer for a big movie like that, like Jennifer Aniston and
Yeah, that was unreal. That was a very long time ago. Since like when we first heard about it, we were blown away. Our manager helped that out. It was amazing. We made a good amount of money from that.
Yeah, it was really strange, because like, we never actually saw it like in the placement that it was, but a lot of our friends would be like, dude, just saw your song in the movies, and like, we never actually went to the movies and saw it, but like, we YouTubed it and seen it, and like, that was cool. But yeah, I don't know, it's definitely awesome, because that's how most bands make their money and how they survive these days.
You guys have a unique, fresh sound to your music. What makes you guys stand apart from any other just general rock band?
I think we just aren't too concerned with what's going on. Like, we definitely check it out, and we like certain new bands, and we don't like certain new bands, but we don't hear a band and we're like, wow, we need to sound like this, let's do everything they're doing. It's just like, we kind of make the music we've always wanted to make growing up. We want to be the band that we want to listen to.
Just rip it as hard as you can. Write the lyrics that mean something to you. It's literally all the time.
Like, if it doesn't impress you, it's probably not going to impress too many other people either.
So, how does Warpaint differ from the last album, Reach for the Sun? Reach for the Sun.
We definitely spent a lot more time on it, musically and lyrically. I don't know, I think one of the biggest like critiques about Reach for the Sun was that a lot of the songs sounded the same. You couldn't really tell songs apart, where with this one we made different songs, and we like kind of picked different vibes, like different tempos, different like keys and melodies and stuff like that. So
I think it's like a different vibe in general. Like, I think Reach was so more naturey. It was very like,
and there was tons more influences. A lot new bands that we never knew when we did Reach for the Sun that we love now. So a lot of that came into play. Kings of Leon and Joke Formidable. There's a lot more like up and coming bands that weren't really that up and coming back then.
So what's on the horizon for the band?
I mean, we've been on tour since February 1st, and we haven't had a break yet. in the U.S. We did Australia. Now we're doing Canada. We're about to go to Europe, and then go back to Australia. And after that, I think we're gonna start working on the next album.
And yeah, we're working on the next album probably this summer, and it probably won't come out till early 2013. It just takes a while, so everyone's like, "Why are you guys writing an album on it?" It's like, you gotta write it early.
I wouldn't even quote that it's going to come out early 2013. That's just kind of like what we would hope for.
Yeah.
If things go like according to plan. If you haven't heard Warpaint, check that out. If you haven't heard either, check both out. We're going to be on tour forever, so come out to a show.